Now, Fox 61 Weather Impact with Chief Meteorologist Rachel Frank.
Hi everyone, Fox 61 Chief Meteorologist Rachel Frank with your weather impact forecast. And we do have an alert for tomorrow, Tuesday, from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. for snow, changing over to a mix and then over to rain. That alert is mostly for the Northwest Hills, though, and that's where you'll see a winter weather advisory is in effect. For a lot of the rest of the state, we go fairly quickly over to rain and get mostly rain through the duration of the event. And for our neighbors even farther north, you'll see winter storm warnings in effect, but not for us. So here's our updated snow forecast as things have trended warmer over the last 12 to 24 hours. Right now, we're thinking no accumulation is likely for a lot of southern Connecticut, for the Hartford area, anywhere from a little bit or a coating that kind of gets washed away up to around a slushy inch or so. The same is true for Danbury too and for Storrs, but towards the Massachusetts border down towards Waterbury and also northern Fairfield County, especially at elevation, 1 to as much as 3 inches of snow is possible before a transition over to rain. And for northwestern Hartford County, including the northern half of Litchfield County, we're thinking that there could be as much as 3 up to 6 inches of snow. So again, it's going to look like a winter wonderland for some, but like a slop fest or just mostly a rain event for the rest of the state. Now, whenever you have a really sharp cutoff between mostly rain and accumulating snow, it's always really tricky to find where that gradient sets up. So this is still a challenging forecast, and I think that school cancellations are going to be most likely if they happen in the hills, but other areas inland might come on a case-by-case basis. I never pretend to know what superintendents are up against. Let me walk you through this. Low temperatures tonight will be in the 20s for a lot of the state, so it is a cold start to the day tomorrow, but as the storm moves in, we bring some warmer temperatures in as well. Heading into Tuesday morning, before 9 a.m., there could be a light mix in parts of the state. But overall, before 9 a.m., anything that's falling from the sky is going to be pretty light in nature. That being said, there could still be a few slippery spots out there, but it would not be widespread issues for the morning drive. Between 9 and noon is when the steadiest precipitation moves in. For the shoreline, that is rain, but for some inland, we start as a brief mix or even snow. So again, it could be varying conditions through the day. And as that warmer air continues to take over and the storm moves in, many areas will flip over to rain. There is still a question as to how far north the rain snow line gets. For example, this computer model shows it all the way into Massachusetts, flipping over to rain, even in Litchfield County. If that happens, we may barely get to 3 inches, but other guidance shows us hanging on to snow a little longer. That's what we personally think is going to happen, but I always like to express to you when there is a level of uncertainty, and for me, that's it. So again, hanging on to snow a little bit longer in northwestern Connecticut. For the evening commute, most of the radar will be showing green, which means it's mostly rain for the evening commute. However, on the back edge of the storm, as some colder air drops in, there is a chance that we could finish as a few snowflakes. Excuse me, it would be really tough to accumulate at that point just because the roads are already going to be so wet, but I still wanted to let you know about it. Between, say, 7 and about 9 o'clock, any of the heaviest stuff is going to be over with by that point, but there could still be some lingering light precipitation after that, and it should be long gone by Wednesday morning. During the day on Wednesday, high temperatures will be in the 30s to right around 40 degrees, and then later this week, temperatures take a tumble. We're only looking at highs in the 20s during the day on Friday. And if that sounds cold to you, just wait, because low temperatures will drop back into the single digits and teens heading into Friday morning, and wind chills will be near or even below 0 to start off the day on Friday. So we've got some real winter cold that is moving in. Taking a look at your 7-day forecast, you'll see that bitter cold doesn't last too long. There is a chance for a follow-up storm on Saturday. Today, the models are a little bit less bullish, but obviously this far in advance, anytime there's a storm, it's a roll of the dice. So it's definitely worth watching Saturday, just in case there could be a bit of rain, snow, or a bit of both. There might be a rain-snow line with that one as well. And we turn cold again, another cold shot by this time next week with highs in the 20s. Notice for the shoreline 7-day forecast, I do not have a weather impact alert for the shoreline. Sure, it is going to be a rainy day, but we can get through that no problem. Look at temperatures climbing up close to 40 degrees for the next few days. Colder 30s on Friday, but even Friday morning at the shoreline, we're looking at temperatures starting off in the teens.